The most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or touched. They are felt with the heart. The Little Prince, Saint-Exupéry. Brilliant. And I thought this was appropriate because I had a heart. I got into a temper one morning about something that's really just made me feel explosive. And in that moment, I started getting huge pains in my chest. They said at the clinic that I'd ruptured the outside of my heart, and the doctor noticed that it was an emotional heart attack. He said to me those words, emotional heart attack. I've had a temper tantrum that's caused a tattoo on my heart. And it just goes to show to other people who are having those tantrums, you might not have the strength in your heart right now to deal with it, but wait, it might get worse. So don't lose your temper if you can. There are other ways of dealing with issues, you know. After the last video we did and seeing how many people looked at it and reading the comments, I did think that I gave the perception that my life has been idyllic from the start to the end. But that little piece of my life is not what I'm all about. It's what I've become. The journey to what I've become has been tumultuous. It has been fraught with hardships. From a very young age, I found myself being quite different from everybody else. I'm not understanding exactly why. And then at 17, I ended up institutionalized with bipolar disorder, which hadn't been termed yet. It was called manic depression then. It's very difficult to describe what you're going through when you suffer from bipolar disorder. I described it as sitting in a dark pit with a black umbrella above your head. I was getting no help from anybody around me, and the pit was getting deeper and deeper. And when you are not having the highs and only the lows, and you stay in that pit for a long period of time, you start looking for exits, and the exit would have been to not be around at all. Which at the age of 35 led me to a suicide attempt by sucking on a gas bottle, taking pills and wrapping a blanket around my head with my mouth attached to the pipe. I was dead in my mind. I'd made up my mind to die, and when I woke up in hospital, I broke down and just cried. It wasn't because I was glad I survived. It was because I was sad I didn't. Because of what I did. Now all of a sudden you're around, and around you are the people that you've hurt. And that was the biggest downfall of the whole attempt, was what I did to the people that I loved and the people that actually loved me. that still hurts me today. I still think about it. I love my family very much. They don't know how much, and how much I think of them. I don't say it enough. I love you to my family, or to my nieces, or my nephews. I don't think I've ever said that. Yeah. But now they know, so don't edit that one out. If you survive something that you feel you shouldn't have, and you feel that you've received a gift, this part of my life is a gift. And I'm using that opportunity now to elevate other people's lives where I can. I feel that if I only thought about myself and my own well-being, I would slump back into the space that I was in. Depression and bipolar disorder is a very insular, selfish, and I think a lot of people get cross with me for saying it's selfish, but that is exactly what it is. I suffer from it, I know. What you've got to do is just try and give of yourself to somebody and experience the joy that you will receive by giving. It takes your mind off yourself. I see a smile on somebody's face that I'm nice to, it makes me happy. Seeing you happy makes me happy now. Being able to embrace happiness has been a journey. It's not been easy. It's been very, very, very difficult. I almost lost it. I almost didn't get there. I almost was successful with my attempt at suicide, But I'm grateful that never happened. And it was for many, many years and through much help that I got to the stage where I can say I'm now happy. I am glad I have life. I'm glad I never succeeded. My message to people that suffer from bipolar disorder is that there is hope. There is hope, there is light, and you can get through it. It's not as though you need to suffer in silence. You can speak about it, and you can be heard, and you can be healed. For the first time in my life, I am happy. I'm very happy. Very happy. I'm trying to find a reason not to be happy. For the first time in my life. I'm at peace. I've conquered my demons. I'm a happy chappie now. For the first time, I'm very happy with my life, as it is. It will never be taken for granted.
Thanks to all of you who helped make this film possible. All of our films are totally crowdfunded. So if you'd like to continue to support us on our journey, check out our Green Renaissance page on Patreon.